Namaste, all of you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel, as I've mentioned earlier also, it is all about short videos on the yoga flows. Today's video is about preparatory series for Surya Namaskara. In Surya Namaskara, there are 12 steps, and for most of the people it is accessible, but for some people it is still not accessible, and they end up doing wrong steps, or they end up doing practice where it is really not targeting the areas or the joints or the muscles where it has to really work on. So this preparatory series will help those people to really open up these joints and the muscles which has to actually get targeted in your Surya Namaskara. Okay. Now this practice is helpful for people who have just recovered from any injury. Why I'm telling injuries, because 4 to 5 years back I also had met with an accident and I had a tibia bone fracture, and after the recovery, maybe after a year, I also started off my practice using this series only. So such kind of people can use this series for the practice, and it can also be used as a series for the beginner students, and then for the pregnant woman in their second trimester and third trimester, with the consultation of the doctor, can use this series as a practice, because most of the poses will be accessible to them. Now, coming to the people who are suffering from sciatica, can use this practice to relieve from the sciatica pain, because it doesn't have any intense forward bend where it can really hurt that, but you have to really take the practice very slowly, very progressively, do the practice under some expert guidance, which will help you also. Also, people suffering from tight hamstrings, some lower back pain, then people who have recovered just from mild slip disc can also do this practice. Now, if you have any doubts or any queries regarding this practice, or if you want me to post any other series, please post your reviews in the comments box below, and I will be happy to really answer those queries. Now, without delaying much, we will dive into the practice straight away. And for the practice, you will require 2 blocks. Okay, the blocks will always make the poses a little more accessible. For example, some senior citizens can use the blocks. Pregnant women can use the blocks. People having a little more oversized abdominal area can use the block. Also, immediately to start off with any kind of heavy exercise for a little oversized people is a little difficult, and even regular Surya Namaskara is a little difficult to access. So those people also can do this practice. So we'll move into the practice. I will show you the steps. And just before we start off with the practice, if you have still not subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get the notifications for the further videos. So let's start off with the practice. Require 2 blocks for the practice. Okay, so that it makes your poses more accessible. So you'll require 2 blocks, and moving into the front of the mat. So standing to the front of the mat, keep the blocks right into the front of the mat. Keep the legs hip distance wide. Okay, keep the foot parallel to each other. Plant your legs firmly. So plant your legs firmly here, parallel to each other. Okay. Lift up the chest nicely. Give a nice bend into the front body. Use your hands into the hip joint. Bend your knees and gently push the hips back. As you're breathing in and out, giving more weight onto the heels, pushing the hips way beyond your heels, gently pulling the belly in,
drop your hands right onto the block. If you don't need the block, you can remove the block and place the palms right in front of your foot. Okay? Just keep the neck down. Reassure that you're not straining the neck. Okay? Now move the right leg back. You can use the block once again and slide the left leg out. Okay? Drop the back leg knee down. This is lizard stretch, wherein your hands are inside the legs. Okay, and you're getting a good stretch, keeping the hips square. You're getting a good stretch in the front hamstring and the back quads. Stay here for at least 2 to 3 breaths. Then tuck your toes in, lift the knees up. You can keep the blocks to the side. And take the left leg also back. Adjust your body and keeping the heels up, gently stretch yourself more deeper into Adho Mukha Svanasana if it is accessible. Otherwise, stay where you are. From here, move into Adho Mukha Virasana. Drop the knees down, push the big toes together, stretch your hips back into the heels. Stay here, allow the back to stretch. Then slowly, as you're breathing in and out, drop your stomach down into the mat. Put the forehead down. Bring the hands, slowly pressing heels of the palms and lift yourself into baby cobra. Stay here for 1 or 2 breaths. Ankles are active. Press into the heels of the palms, move back into the legs. Tuck your toes in and lift the hips up once again to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Drop the knees down right away from there and bring the right leg in the front. Okay? Just bring the right hand inside and right leg front. Okay? Stretch nicely. Again, you're stretching yourself into lizard stretch. Back leg quads are stretching, front leg hamstring is stretching. Stay here, looking into the stretch, feeling the stretch, taking and breathing in and out nicely. Tuck the toe in, lift the back leg, and slowly hop into the front with the left leg also. Take your time to hop. If you are not accessible in one straight jump, you can do 2 jumps. Okay, gradually bring the left leg also front. Hip distance wider, legs, hands are into the hip joint. Slowly stay here for a couple of breaths. Stretching from your hamstrings, inhale smoothly, come up. And relax for a few seconds. The same thing, you will repeat it on the left side. Okay, I'll just show you on the left side also. Hands into the hip joint. Hips are moving way beyond your heels. Hands are dropping right into the front of your foot. If you are accessible, you are also keeping the hands beside the foot is also fine. Okay. Now move the left leg back. Take the right leg out. Drop the left leg knee down and slowly stretch into lizard. Take 3 breaths, keep the neck relaxed. Wrists are below the shoulders. Tuck your toes in, lift and adjust yourself to move into down dog. Drop the knees down, bring the big toes together, push the hips back and stretch yourself into Adho Mukha Virasana. Come up onto the knees and slowly drop down your belly into the floor, forehead down. Pressing into the hands, rolling the shoulders, coming to baby cobra. And then slowly come back onto the hands. Tuck the toes in, lift the hips up once again into downward dog. Heels raised only. Drop the knees down. Slowly bring the left hand inside, left leg front and stretch into lizard. Remember to keep the hips square and give a nice stretch onto both the sides. Slowly tuck the toe in of the back leg, right leg and shift the leg in the front. Adjust the legs to bring them just below your hips. Stay in the forward stretch. Use your hands back into your hip joint. Inhale smoothly to come up. And relax here for a few seconds. Now you can repeat this for about 4 to 5 rounds on both the sides, okay, to prepare your body well for Surya Namaskara. Also, it can be used as a warm-up, okay, and once you feel you're confident enough in each poses, then you can dive into all the steps of Surya Namaskara. which I have already uploaded in my earlier video. You can go back and check. Now regarding this video, if you have any comments, please post it to me. I will be happy to answer it to you. Thank you for today. Hope you enjoyed the video.